Hi, my name is Eddie Santos. I'm a retired Army Sergeant with more than 23 years, and I am a disabled vet. I've been all over the place trying to get assistance for my disability. And as for right now, the only person that seemed to help me out was when I went to the congressman's office, tried to get some assistance for him to help me get my prosthetic leg fixed. So finally the congressman had me the opportunity to go to Palo Alto in San Jose, California, where they finally fixed my prosthetic. If you need help and you seem to not get it anywhere, you should go see our congressman with the people he has there to help us veterans get what we need and what we deserve for doing our time in service for the freedom of our island and for our country.
This ad was paid for with official funds from the office of Congressman Michael F.Q. San Nicolas.
Funerals actually take a lot more planning than I expected. With us using island cuisine for the first time, of course we were iffy, but once they came and showed us their service, their food, tasted their food and everything, we definitely used them again because their service and food is just awesome.
With the horses, I'll swim through the sea, I'll climb to the mountain tops, won't you come follow me? I'll take time to notice all that I see, and after I've come so far, you know where I'll be. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. But life is a vision, that's how it should be. Canvas, and the choices are free. At the end of the journey, where all is complete, they'll all wonder where I've gone, but you know where I'll be. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. Fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. Our dreams last forever. For all that we know, the roads come together, and that's where we'll go.
The pompous
and elite
wish we go away.
because we are
real and direct.
no interest owns us.
And we have no interest but
The truth. Together we are exposing
corruption.
Together we will reform criminal justice
Together,
We are fighting violence
against women and children.
we here at
Candid will shine the light
on every corner of darkness.
Together we are giving a voice
to the voiceless.
And forgotten.
Stay lit.
Together.
Together,
Together.
together,
we are giving a voice to the voiceless and forgotten.
We are Candid News Group.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Governor of Guam, Lou Leon Guerrero.
As that one famous president said once upon a time, I'm not a crook. Even though that my own legal counsel and son-in-law and Carlo Branch said that I was the one that procuring animosity or whatever's that word that they use. They said that it was me. I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to fire Carlo Branch now. And I don't know how to fire my own son-in-law. Actually, I don't even know how to be the governor, so oh well, okay.
Buenas, Marianas, and Micronesia. I'm Troy Torres.
And I'm Johnny Rosario.
Welcome to this, what is this, May 21? Mm-hmm. This Thursday, May 21, evening edition of Candid News. Welcome to our studios here in Tuman.
That was a long
Marathon.
meeting.
So Eric was saying that he feels like this is election night. And that now is when we're all waiting for the results to come in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And if this were election night, Lou Leon Guerrero would
Lost.
lose her butt.
She would have lost.
To who? I mean, aside from Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse, she definitely would have lost. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're right.
Oh, she
I was
definitely.
going to say Donald Duck and I was going to say Mickey Mouse.
She definitely would have lost if Charles Estevez, Mary Rhodes, Linda DeNorcy, and who was the other hero tonight? Or is it just those three? I
And-
can't
and
remember.
Claudia.
Oh, and Claudia Akfaji.
Yeah.
If those four had run for governor, each of them would have handily defeated Lou Leon Guerrero tonight. She was just handed a disastrous evening by her own son-in-law and her staff assistant, Carlo Branch. What a bunch of bubbling idiots. Just idiots all around for engaging the way that they did. But before we get into that...
How about Lester not swearing in?
You know, Lester is just a liar. Just through and through, Lester is just you always expect that Lester will lie. And so he didn't want to swear in. And it was right for those senators to not allow him to participate because they couldn't see that he was putting... And you know what? Even when he is sworn in, he'll still lie. He just, without being sworn in, he won't be subject to penalty of perjury. First off, we have Candid shirts. And I think we're going to get new Candid shirts, right?
Yes, we are. Oh, I have to put it up, but I don't.
Maybe tomorrow. We can put it
Yeah,
up, the new
yeah.
and sub tomorrow. But go ahead about our shirts.
Our t-shirts, you can call me at 797-7082. That is my phone number. We could schedule a meetup. It is $25. These are the black shirts. We have, tomorrow I'll put up our white and red t-shirts we have for sale. They will be $25. And you can call me at 797-7082. I accept cash, and you can pay through PayPal as well.
And there's how about checks? Does Candid Inc. take checks?
No.
We're not
No.
about that.
No.
Never in business.
No.
So to get the news from us first, subscribe to our website, candidnews.com, and you can donate to us as well through our website if you'd like. We also have news via link blast that I send out via broadcast blast, all you have to do is save my number. This is an important part of it. You have to save my number into one of your contacts and then send me a WhatsApp message and say, this is my name. I'd like to be part of the WhatsApp blast or whatever. My number is on the screen, 456-4237, and you'll get that as well. And of course, there's our Facebook. Buenprovecho.com, that's BUENPRUBECHU.com, is throughout this public health emergency donating 100% of its proceeds back into the community. And this is for a company that just started. So it's a very big deal and a very big sacrifice for them to make. What Buen Provecho is they'll order, they'll deliver what you order on their website. So you can order Polar Pops, drinks, alcohol, snacks, hot foods. There's a bunch of stuff that you can get, a bunch of different sundries you can get online. All you have to do is go to their website. All you have to do is register. It's free with your first and last name and your email address, and then start ordering. And there's a delivery fee and all that stuff. You go through, you'll see it. But again, 100% of the proceeds come back to the community because of them. Now, I don't have my screen set at Isla Imports Guam, but go to Facebook and see Isla Imports Guam. And DM them, message them. They bring to Guam via custom order, and then they'll customize mini trucks for you. And if you I should probably go to my screen, right, so people can see what these mini trucks look like. Give me just 1 second. But Gabe Baker is the proprietor of Isla Imports Guam. It's a Facebook-based business, and it has been taking off. He has sold a bunch of these mini trucks so I'm the only person in Kandit who doesn't get it. But apparently everybody else in Kandit gets it. I just like I think they're cute, and I like how the wheel is on the other side. The steering wheel is on the other side, or this side. Yeah. Go ahead and cast to my screen now. So this is if you go to their Facebook page, Isla Imports Guam. Eric's favorite one is this gray Honda.
Yeah, dude.
I like those rims and those tires. But Eric's favorite rims are these, right?
The gold ones, yeah.
Yep.
So the whole shebang can be custom ordered. If you have questions, call 929-7456 or message that number. That's 929-7456. That's Gabe Baker, who is the proprietor of Isla Imports Guam. I think we're done paying our bills. Now, before we get into the discussion of that disaster of an oversight hearing for the Leon Guerrero administration, I first have a favor to ask you. If you or someone you know has been prosecuted by a really dumb attorney named Peter Santos, and here's his picture. Peter Santos, we understand, has been involved in unethical practices as a prosecutor during his time at the Guam Attorney General's office. If the shoe fits for you, and you have something to say about how Peter Santos treated you, please call me. Put my number up again, Shalom. My number is 671-456-4237. Regular mobile, regular text, WhatsApp call, WhatsApp text. Contact me because I want to know. We're running an investigative series regarding Peter Santos and his time at the Guam Attorney General's office. Now, the oversight hearing. I am worn down from wanting to cuss for 4 hours and not being able to.
I did once.
During the show?
Yeah, and then I had to say sorry.
Did you say sorry,
but they didn't see
Facebook?
my face. Yeah. But I was at the protest. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Sandra. And, the other night when Sandra I had earrings on, it's actually called
Bling,
her.
bling.
Yeah, it's called. Please support Sandra and her business. She's such a wonderful lady. She's really fighting for us. So for Guam, actually, it's not even for herself. So it is called Team Sexy $5 Treasures. So, and she gave Troy some gifts and stuff, and so I'm gonna force him to wear it. Yeah.
She gave me a necklace. I was wearing the necklace earlier.
Yeah, wonderful stuff.
Yeah, but I have to take it off because I was exercising.
Denise was there. The
You're
whole
talking
family.
about the protest against
Yes,
the governor, right?
Yes. We got a lot of honks today. I actually found these blowhorn things, so I had 2 blowhorns, like
Oh, okay,
beep,
okay.
but they ran out fast, so I think I have to buy more. It was like $2 a blowhorn.
If I was still a roller, you know, you guys know what rolling is. It's back when I was in my 20s and my body could sustain it. It was stupid. It's ecstasy. But when I was a roller on the weekends, I would have loved one of those blowhorn things. To be at the club.
Yeah.
It's like dancing around and like strutting my stuff and like. Beep.
Is that the only time you dance? Because you don't like
Yes,
to dance
that
now.
was the only, and I danced like a dummy on that dance floor, even on the go-go box. And I think I fell off the go-go box a couple of times. Anyway, on to the oversight hearing. Today, I don't even know where to start with this thing, except that
That while I was there at the protest, I wanted to rush back here because Sandra, and Denise were too busy on our phones listening to what's happening. And then I wanted to rush back here when Telo Tairgui says that they were going to put Mary Rhodes on the line.
So
I love it.
I guess if you were to sum up the oversight hearing, it would mean that Hai-Hyun answered senators' questions about certain things, and almost everything that he said was disputed by either Linda DeNorsi, Charles Esteves, especially Mary Rhodes, and Claudia Ekfaji. And it seemed that the only help that Hai-Hyun was getting at a certain point
Was Carlo Branch.
No, aside from
Was
the
it
lurker,
Burley?
aside from the lurker, Carlo Branch, who was like, I would like to say something about that, Madam Chair. And Linda DeNorsi just straight up says, no, she's asked me the question. And just shut him down. I was like, well, I have never seen something like this before. But the only person who seemed to be supportive of the governor's office, and only like a little bit, and she couldn't even say much because of attorney-client privilege or whatever, was Jessica Toft, the attorney from
Oh,
the
you mean
AG's
Karen.
office. Karen,
Yeah.
the attorney from the AG's office, who was saying that there wasn't much stuff that she could say, but she was going to answer about some federal procurement guidelines. But on our live stream, as Jessica Toft was testifying under oath before senators, Congressman Mike Nicholas was like, what she's saying is wrong. There is nothing in federal law that says we do not engage. The federal government does not engage in verbal contracts.
Without a contract.
It was just a madhouse in that oversight hearing. And to the credit of the Guam legislature, the Dingling brothers and Barnum and Bailey circus participants
The August body.
were not the senators.
Yeah.
The senators were the professional ones, and they were the ones asking the tough questions, and they were trying to get answers, and it was the administration itself that just
Embarrassed
bungled
the
it.
governor.
Oh my gosh.
So embarrassing.
They didn't just embarrass the governor, they implicated the governor. So there was a part of early on, it was who was the procurement authority? And the senators placed Linda DeNorsi and Hai-Hyun between a rock and a hard place. So at first, Hai-Hyun says, I didn't procure the hotels, it was Mary Rhodes. And then Mary Rhodes literally rushes out of the meeting that she's in, and she was like, oh, hell no. I want to be a part of this oversight hearing because I need to clarify the record. Mary Rhodes gets on to the hearing. This is how, guys, this really is how dramatic it was. She gets onto the hearing and she is like, I have got to clarify. And she was like, no, we were not the ones who procured these hotels. We were involved in the facilitation of the coordination of the hotels to present them to the government of Guam. And as a matter of fact, there was more than 4. There was 4 more. There was a total of 8 that were under inspection by the government of Guam. So this whole sole source thing is not even true. And so Mary Rhodes basically debunks what Hai-Hyun basically says Hai-Hyun's lying. And then Linda DeNorsi, who, because Hai-Hyun and Carlo Branch didn't know how to shut their mouths, boxed themselves in by saying the procurement authority was under Title 10, Chapter 19, which is the Emergency Health Powers Act. And under that act, it was Linda DeNorsi who has all the power.
Right.
So Senator Sabina Perez was like, oh, okay, very quickly, after Hai-Hyun and Carlo Branch say this, she goes, oh, well, so Linda, since, they're talking about Chapter 19, did you procure these hotels? Because Chapter 19 says it's you. And Linda DeNorsi was like, nope, I had nothing to do with that. And then Carlo Branch, because he is just such an idiot under pressure, says, actually, senators, the procuring authority was the governor of Guam herself because of the Organic Act. And I just wish Governor Luliang Guro was invited to this oversight hearing so it could have been on the record for the governor to say that indeed she was the procuring authority, because that means that none of the people who are supposed to give the governor cover from illegal actions gave her that cover. They actually handed her over on a silver platter to federal authorities and to investigators. And if the governor herself said, yeah, I was the procuring authority, makbu, it's over. It's just over. I cannot, it's very hard for me to comprehend as someone who used to be at Adelup, how they got themselves in this mess. And they may have thought that they were clever in their responses and their letter.
Their
yes.
letter 30 minutes prior to the meeting happening.
But it wasn't clever at all. It wasn't. What they ended up doing was implicating the governor of Guam at this oversight hearing. And it was just such a circus to watch. And I enjoyed every single minute of it.
Yes.
I have.
I did too. I did too.
Let's see whether you guys enjoyed every single minute of it. Let me see. Denise Pangilinan says, yes, they totally implicated the governor. Brad Hewitt says, that's horrible for Lou and thus Guam when the amateurs look like the adults in the room. Denise Legaspi says, those guys were so busy trying to throw each other under the bus, it's hard to watch anymore. And just understand this, Mary Rhodes was the least prepared for that oversight hearing. Yep. She wasn't supposed to be there. Yep. She wasn't invited or anything. But she came to the table and she was the most prepared with detailed answers for everything. She was like, look, this hotel thing, it goes all the way back to January. And then Therese Terlahi was like, if this went back to January, how come you're saying there is no time for procurement? And then Claudia Ekvaji just adds to the what do you call it? The pylon?
The wood to the fire.
The wood to the fire. And she says, we were given the procurement on May 9 and we executed it on May 16. We did the procurement in under 7 days. And she didn't have to. No one asked her that, but she said it. And then Therese Terlahi was like, I don't understand why, if it only took 7 days, why are you guys saying that it would have taken forever? And that was the need for the Emergency Procurement Authority. And then Linda DeNorsi says, I never suggested to the governor that we do emergency procurement. I suggested no such thing, she said. Holy cow. That was one fiery oversight hearing, and the governor is in trouble.
That's the purpose of oversights, right?
To get answers.
Get it out?
Yeah. And I think they pretty much had the right people at the table. The only person missing was Tim Uggan, the Guam Homeland Security Advisor, because he evidently had a part in the early parts of this procurement. Good thing Linda was all like, I don't have anything to do with that procurement. You know who did? In the beginning, it was Tim Uggan and Hai Hyun. And then it moved to Hai Hyun. But I never had anything to do with it. That is what I know. That's what Linda said. I was like, oh, wow. That's, I don't know, is that like Tanya Harding on, what's her name? Nancy Kerrigan? Yep. Just cutting, slicing with her skates.
but him saying, Hai Hyun saying that he doesn't know anything about what Pacific Star owed Bank of Guam.
Lies, man. That's so, I messaged Senator Moylan and I was like, you really should ask the committee chair to call the governor into this oversight hearing right now so that she can answer, because her son-in-law just said that he didn't know. That means, who is he leaving that to answer? His mother-in-law to answer. Good job, Hai. Good job having your mother-in-law's back. Oh, not to mention your client. Oh, what a bunch of dummies. Oh, they were just so dumb. And of course, the smart ones were the heroes in the room. The ones who were like, I ain't gonna lie for this administration. I am not gonna go to jail for them. Right. Claudia Ekvaji, first time she's spoken up since this whole thing started. Linda DeNorsi, at certain times you could see Linda DeNorsi shaking her head in agreement with senators. Charles Estevez and Mary Rhodes. Mary Rhodes was the most gung-ho one.
Who, me? Charles Esteves, who made it clear that he was not part of the Office of Homeland Security.
Yeah, he was like, no, I'm not Guam Homeland Security. I'm Office of Civil Defense. Donna Marie says they pushed her under the bus. Carlo needed someone to blame. Hafaday John Rosario. James Atkins says legislature equals Barnum and Bailey's. Admin equals Fleece Circus. Queenies Castro says, honestly, Carlo Branch and Hai Hyun are such idiots.
But Carlo wasn't there on video right away, right? But you can hear him in the background.
You can see his head a little bit. Actually, it was Eric who pointed him out first.
The way Hyun had his camera.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they wouldn't see Carlo in the back.
Yes.
No, I think he was under the table.
Well,
That was
Hyun has
Janela.
a habit of being in conversations. He likes that. He likes that.
Conversations he's not supposed to be part of.
He
Yes.
likes to be in conversations he's not supposed to be a part of.
I don't think they ever swore in Carlo Branch. He said, "Oh yes, you swore me in," but he's lying. They didn't swear him in. They didn't even know that he was part of it. And so he was answering for senators, but Senator Sabina Perez had to tell him to shut up a couple of times. Linda DeNorsi straight up was like, "No. She asked me that question.
Mm-hmm.
She was not going to allow Carlo Branch to answer those questions regarding the procurement." Because, and I don't know, for me, like if I were one of those senators, I would want Carlo Branch to keep talking.
Well, Carlo Branch said he's never been to the 19th floor. And that says something. He sounded a little bit jealous that he wasn't invited to the party. Because everyone else and their third leg was invited to that party. Besides Carlo.
Yeah. No, this is so good. I'm eating Teresa's Buck rice with soy sauce and Tabasco and dunning on hot and ketchup. Because we've been working our butts off all day today.
Troy has.
I'm had no break.
That's a recipe for Kenila.
This is my second one. John Jose Cruz Sanchez says Mary Rhodes was on fire.
Yes, she was.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
Someone
God.
better write that lady in for senator.
No, Carlo. No, that is not true.
Dude. Did everyone hear you? Is your mic on?
Yes, sir.
That was some funny stuff, man. Carlo was like, senators, the federal law says that we can, and Mary was all like, no, Carlo, that is not true. I actually had to deal with federal contracts executed by the military with the hotels, and I know for a fact that is not true. I was like, oh man, I have never seen something like this before, yo. This is pretty bad.
So fun.
What about who mentioned something about they didn't stop the procurement law, Guam's procurement law?
Oh, Claudia Agfaji. Claudia Agfaji, she wasn't even asked this. She just volunteered it. She says, matter of fact, the governor's executive order never even or delineated that 5GCA or 2GAR had been suspended. So no, the procurement laws and rules were not suspended during the time that these procurements took place. And oh, sorry, that was rice that flew out. And 5GCA is Title 5 Guam Code annotated. The reference is to Chapter 10. I'm sorry, it's chapter, I can't remember. Chapter something in Title 5. That is the procurement law of Guam. 2GAR is a reference to Title 2 of Guam Administrative Rules and Regulations, which is the title governing procurement. It's the supplementing to the law of the procurement regulations of the island. What Claudia was saying was that when the governor regurgitated what the Emergency Health Powers Act says about procurement, she states in her own executive order that whatever procurement regulations or codes would be suspended would be delineated in an executive order, and it never was. So the governor never suspended procurement, even though the governor herself is saying she did. She actually never delineated it. And then I think it was Therese Terlahi was like, well, later on she was like, well, Linda, did you, since you're the public health authority and since it says that procurement shall be suspended by the governor upon advice from the public health authority, did you recommend or suggest to the governor that that she needed to suspend procurement for an emergency? And Linda said, no, I never suggested such a thing. I would be very surprised if on Monday Linda DeNorsi still has a job as director of public health. She just straight up threw her boss under the bus. John Robert Evangelista says Carlo pushed her under the bus at full speed. If you're talking about the governor, yes, he did. Denise Pangilinan says when Linda finally spoke, she was fluid in thought and sound as she spoke, clearly telling the truth. Linda Torres says, what a circus. Would like to see the recording of the oversight hearing. You can find it on the video right before this on Kandit News. Brad Hewitt says, would love to be a fly on the wall during the next cabinet meeting.
And I don't understand why Ed Byrne was being so mean to Mary.
Oh, because he's a jerk. And he is not transparent
He's
at all.
British.
But he also stated that the governor, he's following the governor's orders. And what was that order?
I'm not sure. That's the part I wasn't really listening to.
Yeah, they're asking him questions and he has to follow what the governor, he can only answer something.
Oh, so the governor placed a gag on him. There was a gag order from the governor then.
So much for her transparency.
Yeah.
She's just like foil.
Did any senators call that out? Did any senators
No.
say, hey, what do you mean the governor told you not to say anything? Did anyone say that? That's a gag order.
No.
And senators should be offended by that because that's a gag order from speaking to the legislature. Let's see. John Jose Cruz Sanchez says Toka Silu. John Robert Evangelista says LJK LMFAO. What's LJK? What's LJK? I'm confused. It's probably something very easy and I'm just that dense. Denise says, I felt vindicated for some reason. Eric says, me too. James Atkins says, oh damn, Eric. Oh, what was that about?
I think it might have been for the comment I made about Carlo being underneath Ali's desk.
Sabrangel Andres says, Carlo is in Biriqueru. Rudy Magallanes says, how can you fire Lester? Well, the governor has to do that. John Robert Evangelista says, the battery died out in his chair. I'm pretty sure this is about Carlo. Marvin Martinez says, yeah, probably he heard duk, 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 his head popped up. Denise agrees with you, Johnny. She says he was so triggered. John Robert Evangelista says his chair couldn't make it up to the 19th floor. Sabrangel Andres says Teresa Lahido, she rocked
word
it.
has it that Carlo Branch ran upstairs to help Hein.
Wasn't he there in the beginning? Throughout the whole thing? No?
Eric's laughing.
Well, so remember Hai got those 2 phone calls that Hai hung up on? Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe that was Carlo, right? Mm-hmm. John Jose Cruz Sanchez says Mary Rhodes should run for AG. Hear, hear. Oh my God, Sandra Rages says Carlos should have said he is Vienna sized, then he'd be invited.
Well, he passed for one of the reasons to getting in that room was being limp. Oh, just kidding.
Where's the drum roll thing? The drum, yeah.
Limpage this
No,
way.
with the what do you call that? The symbol?
The crash.
The crash? Yeah. Bill Hernandez says, so what happens from here with the governor? She better be under investigation after this. I mean, come on. Leah Duenas says, how about Mary going at Burns? Yep. Carl Blas says, only on Guam. Junior Mario Tarusen Gakao says, those darn idiots who are tied in this are just finding a foxhole to get out of, and darn, governor is just still digging it more so that way she won't be alone. You know, I don't know, her son-in-law and her staff assistant, Carlo Branch, did a good job digging that hole deeper for her. Thank you, Dave Duenas. Jason Gumatata says, wow, so basically all the leaders are a bunch of clowns. Apparently not. The Guam legislature shined tonight. I mean, they were the stars tonight, aside, of course, from the heroes, right? those senators, I mean, they did their jobs, and that was a great oversight hearing. Mike Rosansky, yes, the hearing was recorded. We recorded it ourselves on Kandit News. You can, it's the
Mr.
next video over.
Carson's wife works for Bank of Guam.
Yeah, she's one of the managers there. I believe she's in the wealth management division. She might be the leader of the wealth management division. Jimmy Corruption says Mary was right. We are all taxpayers, and that Lester needed to answer her questions. John Jose Cruz Sanchez has the best comment of the night. Pound the rice. Oh, this is about my rice actually on my plate. Oh, I thought it was another reference to. Tony Santiago says, Jesus bring new life. Everyone who belongs to Christ will be given new life. Kathleen Thomas Beneventi says his mother-in-law is going to save his arsenal. I don't know. I don't know if she can anymore. Jimmy Corruption says, don't worry, Lou. No one watches Kandit. Bet they are watching now. LOL.
The last person that told the governor that no one listens to Kandit. Well, we know what happened to her.
She no longer works for the governor. Kathleen Thomas Beneventi says Burns is a wanker. Jerry Mancipit says order was to pay all invoices. Doria Cruz says she's going to resign for personal reasons.
He's a bloody wanker.
Flora Jane says, I don't recall the call, but now I remember clearly the call. Jimmy Corruption said Ed said to ask counsel and no one asked. What was that topic that Ed Burns said to ask legal counsel? Was it about the invoices?
I think so.
Why would legal counsel answer that question? The
I don't know,
invoices
but
were paid by Ed
Burns
Burns.
also didn't want to say who allowed the money to be paid, who certified the funds.
Oh, because no one certified the funds. We have that from Charles Esteves. No one certified the funds. It was just a wire transfer that was done. Yeah. Yeah. There's no new news. We just wanted to come on and laugh with all of you. And is there anything else you wanted to know? I have to take care of my dog. He's not doing well, so we're gonna sign off. I don't know if I'm gonna do a show tomorrow. If there is a show tomorrow, Johnny's doing it with Eric because I'm not. I have to take care of my dog. So,
But tomorrow will be another day of protest at 5 o'clock at ITC.
yeah, join us.
Please join us. Come out. It's just to let the governor know that we see what she's doing
That
and we
she's
know.
full of so much.
Yeah.
Talkie?
Yeah. And she is the procuring authority, as her son-in-law said, and as Carlo Branch said. So, she is responsible for everything, according to her own son-in-law and Carlo Branch.
So
Idiots, they're so dumb.
Jesus
yes,
Christ.
and wait, Hein did say that he wasn't. There was more smarter people in the room than him. Yeah, that was my favorite part of that.
That's the
show.
most truth he spoke.
Good times, everyone. For Kandit News, I'm Troy Torres.
And I'm Johnny Rosario. Good night.
Good night.